Alrighty, and welcome back to Ultimate Recon Gaming here with Johnny, and we're playing Crusader Kings 3. And we kind of left off with marriage and scheming, and let's just progress a little bit and see what happens. You can make the game speed slower or faster, so if I want to go slower or faster, I can do that. Whoa, that's really quick. That was like really quick. Kind of cool though. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff we could do. There's my domain holdings actually. Getting a lot of money from them actually. They're in the mountains and then in the hills. Supply limit is 3770. Tax is not very high. My levies are not much because that's most of my army's coming from here where I'm getting more money. How the supply limit's lower. Aha, certificate is liking us a little bit. Oh, we got sinful bishop exposed. Catholicism of fervor decreased by 10. Homer lost level 1 level is a devotion. Spineless villain. He's in Norway. And he probably just got stripped of his stuff. He's part of Magnus's people. Wow, okay. So he's like in the big area. He's in the Prince's Court in Lufter. Okay, thank you for showing me that. Oh. Anyways, how do I do this? You or one of your close enemy kin need to produce a legitimate child and ensure that the succession laws and gender laws of your realm allow them to inherit. I don't understand that part yet. You gained men-at-arms negotiation for 5 years. Your spouse's excellent stewardship skill led to this windfall. Now, I purposely kind of picked her because look at that stewardship. Between diplomacy and stewardship, she's going to be amazing. All this, she doesn't really need that much, to be honest. Whatever. Okay? Perfectly fine with it. Works for me. She does that, I get this. My prestige is high. Higher now, luckily. I have no dread. She doesn't get to have dread. Thank you. How is this going anyways? 5 months to go. Let's speed this up. Gain 25 opinion of you. Started endorsing you church holdings. Church holdings are temples under the control of your realm, of a realm priest. In the face. Okay, cool. He likes me now. I like that. We'll try one more scheme against him and see if that continues to grow. Okay. Now, we're pretty much, we're getting more army too, I like that. Trying to figure out how I'm going to connect this first, because that's got to get happening so we have children, but I'm not sure how that's going to work. Trying to figure it out. Not quite sure how that works. Do I click on her maybe? No. Okay. How's this guy looking on me now? He's at 0. His son still hates my gut. But oh, he's losing men. That ain't good, dude. Okay. So if I actually go a little bit further into this, really dive into this area, this place has got sparring grounds and simple palisades, which is as a 100 army, fort level 1, defender advantage +2, a lot of stuff. Let's focus on construction here. Our money's in pretty well for the most part. Can't really conduct either one of those because I just don't have the money for it. Let me go over here, see what's going on. They just don't have anything except War Camp 2. So it costs 75 for every one of those. Here's the temple, which, whoa, it costs a lot. Ooh. This time this didn't work. I gotta go find my, oh, there's my scheme, hold on. Just keep producing that, I guess. I guess it kind of comes down to what I want. Yes! Fate smiles upon me. Is bearing a child. Yeah, it kind of comes down to what I want here. This would be kind of nice. Because it gives me a little bit more tax. Gives me a defender advantage. And it gives me a little bit more army. But it also gives me damage and pursuit. And within that, probably gives me more food as well. Consumption wise. Same with this. So I probably want to do, honestly, I get 3, so probably a monastery, hunting grounds, and pastoral lands. Tooltips mode. Control how you access highlighted text and info tooltips. In other words, how to lock tooltips so you can move your mouse into them. The default tooltip mode is called timer lock, which made tooltips with lock in place after a set time indicated by a small progress bar. If you are an experienced player or just prefer to not have your tooltips locked automatically, we're making trying action lock. With this mode, you can press the middle mouse button to lock tooltips. You can change blah blah blah. I'm good. Right now we're working on an heir. So this is all mine really, but this guy's got stuff here. A holding in the central's But no one wants to We could build a holding there, why aren't we? We could build a holding here too. No available holdings to construct. Why not? How do I get more holdings? A commoner of Anglo-Saxon heritage has been accosted in the streets of Oxford over some minor offense. By making a statement in their defense, I could perhaps convince my bishop the equality of Anglo-Saxons of my good character, but I might risk alienating my old Saxon peers. I spend stuff, and sticking to Canterbury gets me a little bit better. Or gang 75. It's only a 40% chance that I spend that, or a 40% chance of this, or no, 40% chance that I spend anything. This dude's respect still goes down anyways. Okay, so I'm just gonna keep my old Saxon ways, I guess. He can shove it. Okay. Just gonna check a couple things here. Okay. Everything's still running pretty smoothly. We need to find stuff to do here. This person does not like me. Oh, okay, so King Harold actually owns this area. And, oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay. And this area is the Earl, who actually likes me. So if I actually prefer befriending them, I can maybe sway him to join my side in the battle. The Earl likes me. And the Duke likes me. With a tired yet blissful smile, Elias presents me with a perfect little daughter. One day, my child, you will carry on my legacy. What name would befit such a mighty lady? I think Ida fix. That's fair. And we can get something there. Okay, how do I check the holdings? Where do I check holdings at here? Because this is... We gotta figure out how to do the holding stuff. Decisions. Oh, wow, that's a lot of stuff. Okay. Found holy order. You have not selected the barony. You do not fulfill all the requirements. Nice to know. I'm missing a lot of gold and missing a lot of religion. You do not fulfill all the requirements. Okay. What are the requirements? All the requirements. According to the culture of your capital. What is their culture? There's Gaelic. Or Norwegian, that's why. And ours is Norse. I ain't doing that. Undertake a pilgrimage to prove your dedication to God. Hold a feast. Feast will be held. Call a hunt. A hunt will be held. Your service was just a number of suitable candidates for the position of court physician. Factions. There are no factions targeting you. You can prevent a vassal from joining factions by making them your friend, lover, prisoner, or ally. They will also refrain from joining factions if they are terrified or if you have a strong hook on them. Intrigue. This guy really likes me, and that's going to be really good. I'm going to keep that playing while we do that. No one's got any hooks. Hooks you hold. Court. Hold on, let me check this again. And we're going to end that because that's Yeah, that's fine because we already got a good personal scheme on him. He may be going down, but he's a plus 52 now. I don't need to keep doing the 68. We're good. Court. Might leave your court. He will stay if given a reason such as employment as a champion or a counselor. And if he was my counselor, what would that do? Counselors are the primary assistant of any ruler and make up the council. There are 6 positions on the council: chancellor, marshal, steward, spymaster, and court chaplain, or realm priest. And finally, your spouse. Each is in charge of a department that can be given different counselor tasks. Okay. But I have to pay him 3, so that's so much already. We have a lot of people on our court. This guy and this person's finally getting used to me though. And he's got, man, he'll be a good. We just don't make enough gold for that. Let me do something here. Okay. Oh, I just pay 3. Okay, that made it a little bit easier. That doesn't bother me now. So that's actually pretty good because now he's like really part of it. And man, he'll be awesome there. So he's Old Saxon too. She's going to be Old Saxon. That's going to be funny. And of course, my spouse is Norwegian, and my bishop is Anglo-Saxon, and everyone else is Norse. And of course, I'm really confusing in Old Saxon as well. Been to Norse. Okay, whatever. That's weird. I was trying to find Norse, but I guess I just straight up missed it. Okay. And how do I continue some schemes? No personal schemes quite created at this time. Oh. The first time it happened, I barely even gave it a moment's thought, but my spy master's peer has grown bolder. Her challenge no longer passed unnoticed at the council table. She is testing my limits. The others are sure to follow, unless I give her a task of her own medicine. You can forget it. You will gain 50 diplomacy lifestyle experience. You manipulate her. She'll gain 20. You manipulate, and she'll get a weak hook, and she'll gain 20 of you. If not fooled, she'll lose 15 of you. Outwit you, she'll get 150. And her ability, her intrigue is pretty good. That is not good for me. My intrigue is 10, her intrigue is 11. And I'm sure that's what we're battling. So she shall have tasks with more which are possible to complete. Again, that's dangerous as well. Commenting on her generous rear will throw her off. How dare you challenge High Chieftain? You gain 20 stress because you're gregarious. You gain 10 dread. Loses 5 opinion of you, but she's scared of you, which is not good. It's not what I want. I want to try to increase her. She is deceitful, and she is vengeful, which is both terrible, and shy. So she's shy and actually standing up to me? Okay. And we are challenging. Why here? I wish they kind of told me which one they were actually challenging, which would make it a little bit easier. Select styles suitable for characters who want to gain claims and cause increase prestige, or gain looms and fans of friendlies. Try to declare war. Objectified due to her appearance. Okay. You guess Peoria is weak-minded or keeps to herself. To invite her leaves her in the dark. You guess Peoria would do everything in her power to get the task done. Or you guess Peoria has often been objectified due to her appearance. That's gonna be hard. Because this, oh, so I could do diplomacy schemes against her pretty well. Okay. If I'm understanding that right. She's not an army leader. Her stewardship's pretty good, and her intrigue's pretty good. Increases effectiveness and increases chances. Swaying person in our character. Other characters are more likely to accept when you're the main conversation. And that's gonna probably take off my wife too. Let's see. They're all the same unless I do that, which is going to cause stress, which I don't need as a character, as I already have 20, and I don't need to get a stress level. I don't want any dread, so we're not going to do that. And she doesn't need to lose any more on me, which is already -7, which is already pretty bad. So, really pretty much double the chance she's going to be cruel to me, and I can just get rid of her. Although she is a pretty good overall on this part. Although she's a lowborn, so she should be easily to take apart. Forgetting to invite her leaves her in the dark. She shall have task with them, which I'm not going to necessarily do that one because she is really high in these two. But she is very deceitful and vengeful. She is shy though too. Let's do this one. See what happens. Since I began to withhold information from Pure, she has been made an idiot of herself on more occasions than I can count. Dismissing her hopelessly outdated suggestions have been easier than outwitting a dog. Now she remains quiet, eyes cast low. Cool perhaps, but it has been done. You gain a weak hook on her and gain 20%. Nice. So if I'm using a weak hook on her, now I can pretty much tell her whatever the freak I want to do. That's funny. And weak hooks do what? Weak hooks are fairly... I think I need to change this because this is kind of slow to do it this way. A weak hook is a fairly common hook that you might have on a character who owes you a favor or that you have manipulated to do your will. While there are many interactions where a weak hook can be used, for example in marriage proposals, they cannot be used to force someone to become your agent on a life scheme and does not provide a passive benefit. For that, a strong hook is necessary. Every child born to a noble house also owes the house head an initial weak hook. Once a weak hook is used, is dispensed. we got some stuff up here. Advice: education. Your heir won't become a great ruler without education. Open for a rundown of or guardianship and how to properly groom your heir for power. We have advice for faith too. So let's do education. It looks as if your player heir has no guardian. Without a proper education, they will get poor skills and random traits. Use the educate child interaction on your heir and find a suitable character to make their guardian. Where's that at? They don't like to tell you where anything's at, if you notice. Yeah, they don't like to tell you. Oh, education focus. Okay, and find a suitable character to make their guardian. You want to find a character who's knowledgeable in the field that you wish your ward to excel in. We recommend that you look for a guardian with a high-tier education trait, or a trait such as quick or genius. So a bunch of stars, basically. If you're not willing to take the risk of allowing someone else to mold your children's personality, you can educate yourself. You generally want all your children to have good education. Still, if you have children and don't particularly care about, such as fourth or fifth child, you can always assign them to your vassals to give an opinion boost. The easiest way to find a possible tutor is to use the offer ward interaction directly on your vassal. Well, that's totally rude, but okay. Good points here. I'm high in diplomacy, and my wife is high on. My spouse is high on stewardship. If we get her, I'm pretty high on everything, really. Let's focus her on learning. I think that'd be a good balance here that we don't have. Yeah, let's focus her on learning and see where that goes. I think that'll be good, because it would give us a different balance, a different look. We already have a bunch of things, we already have a bunch of diplomacy and stewardship, intrigue. I think that would be really good for us. Farmland empty. Gangs unused farmland for 5 years. Farmers have been recruited indiscriminately from this county, resulting in a lack of workers for large swatches of land. Your marshal's more partial skill. Your marshal's poor marital skill caused this problem. You're angering me, dude. Like, for real. You're actually becoming a problem. I really need to fix that. Why is he my marshal? I don't even understand that. How is he my marshal? What good is he compared to this one dude that I had earlier? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? What? There he is. Yeah, why isn't this guy like my marshal? That's not the same guy though, I don't think. Weird. Okay. This guy. Experienced commander, 15 marital, or 15 martial, not marital. 1 commander trait, honest, stubborn. You don't like lieges and vassals, okay. A misguided warrior. Okay. And okay. Welcome aboard, bud. I think the other guy left or something. I don't know what happened to him. What's my courtier? Courtier is an unlanded character who serves a ruler in their court. Courtiers can serve as counselors, serves in armies or as commanders or knights, becomes the ruler's vassal if granted a title. Let the ruler press declare claims in war. And why are you my courtier? What made you reasonable to be a courtier for me? Hold on, let me check a couple things. Okay. It's because you have high diplomacy, probably? That'd be my guess. And then you are vengeful. That's not good. You're steward and champion. And he's my also a courtier. I have 3 courtiers then. And courtier is what again? Okay. How do I make a council? Because that was something that was said earlier, that I can create a council of people. But potential useful nobles, commanders. Every ruler has a court consisting of various unlanded characters who serve their liege. Courtiers. A courtier is an unlanded character who serves as a ruler, and their court. Courtiers can serve as counselors, serve in armies as commanders or knights, become their ruler's vassal if granted a title, and let their ruler press their claims in war. And then counselors are the primary assistants of the rulers and make up the council. There are 6 positions on the council. Court chaplain is a chancellor, counselor in charge of religious affairs, spy master, steward, marshal. The marshal is your chief commander and the counselor in charge of the military matters in general. The chancellor is a counselor in charge of diplomacy both inside and outside the realm. Each is in charge of... Okay. I really need to look at each of my characters. This guy, he's really good at martial. Okay. So how do I... Is there a better way to look at my court? Like, for real? Yes. Right here, I think. No, that's a terrible way to look at it. Like how that flipped. 7, 4, 15. Bull Saul's the highest at 15. So honestly, I think he should become... Yeah, this guy really should become my... He should become my marshal. So how do I create a marshal? Let me look that up real quick. How to create a marshal in Crusaders Kings 3. Marshal, Crusader King 3. The marshal is a member of the council in charge of the military. When the ruler will not or cannot command armies, the marshal will do it. The position of the marshal is available to those vassals and courtiers who are male over the 16 years of age, under prisoner, and incapable. Marshals are given a small monthly salary and a monthly prestige bonus, and upon appointment, marshal will get a 15 bonus towards you. But it doesn't tell me how to appoint it. Do I have to get rid of the other one first? So, like, this guy is an idiot and should not be my marshal. How do I get rid of his marshalship? Realm. Okay, let's just hold on. Let's go look somewhere else real quick. Oh, we got advanced faith. All characters believe in a faith, which in turn belongs to a religion. For example, Catholicism is a faith which belongs to Christianity. Every faith is different for every faith. Let's take a closer look. I'm good. I was looking at that earlier. These can construct a building, or I can build another holding. Why do I have no available holdings right now? I don't understand that. It's close to main. Central settlement of the... Oh, it's a central settlement of it. Okay, weird. But yeah, these guys can create something. You can construct a building. We can either gain more tax and supply limits, or more prestige, control growth, and more levies. Good question. I really think we should go for the money. What's the supply? The supply limit dictates that the amount of soldiers you may have in a barony is determined by the barony's terrain and development. Should your total army size go above the supply limit, your armies will lose supply, and it will just suffer from attrition. Armies can suffer attrition when the soldiers are lost due to desertion. Attrition occurs when armies blah 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 blah. Let's construct the market. Okay. They're going to construct the market. Realm size. Powerful vassal. He's starting to like me better now. He's paying me stuff and he's giving me men. Secession. All children inherit equally. Agnet and coagnet of preference. Designated heir? That's not creepy. From Rel's Confederate partition. High Chieftain, Chieftain Australian, Chieftain Norland. Okay. I just found the council, by the way. So that was my realm stuff. Here's my military stuff. I got champions, show and manage champions. Here's my champions. So, which is basically my court. So like he makes sense. He's got average. He makes sense. He's average, and he's my marshal right now. Yeah, him not so much. But he's my chief. He's my chieftain too. One of my chieftains. This guy makes sense that he's out there. This guy makes sense, and this guy not so much in this sense. But well, we'll just allow him out there. Okay. That's 6, but it's counting as 5. Probably because they're not counting this guy who's a vassal. Who's actually my chancellor, my vassal, and my champion. So if he's my chancellor... Was the chancellor again? The chancellor is... The chancellor is the counselor and charge of diplomacy. Seriously? Okay. Anyways, council. Okay. Click to choose a task. I can assign her to a task to do something for me. He's the bishop. So all my spots have been filled. Oh, I could appoint a marshal. There it is. Okay. Wouldn't it be better... and smarter to have the marshal to be a guy who's got marshal? The marshal is your chief commander and the counselor in charge of your military matters in general. This guy's not a learner, though. That's the bad thing. That's why I'm kind of like, oh, never mind. Like, partially about it because he's not a learner. Yeah, I'm not going to allow him to come in then. I was about to make him my marshal because of how high his marshal is. This is better. This is equal. The diplomacy is not going to really matter when it comes to being the marshal. However, this, he has no learning ability, which is not good at all. So, no, not going to happen. Spy Master. Obviously, we're looking at our intrigue, and she is the best. Our Steward obviously makes no sense. Not sure. I guess it's because he's got intrigue, so he can sneak some things, I guess. I think he was made that way anyways. However, he's not really... This guy's a brilliant strategist too. This is my champion, by the way. He's a knight, so I probably will keep him that way. We're not going to repoint that. That's just whatever there. And then Chancellor, that just makes sense, honestly. So we're going to do that. Court. Your servants will suggest a number of suitable candidates for the position of court physician. Okay, a court physician is essential to take care for the sick and wounded at my court. I will ask my servants to bring forth a number of suitable candidates. We will present them with a group of court physician candidates and may hire one of them for free. Search for a physician will be unavailable for 12 months. Let's go ahead and get this physician figured out because crap needs to happen to get things moving. And why that's on the search, we're going to wrap up here. So thanks for watching, guys. Ultimate Recon Gaming, over and out.